Okay, so let's talk about finding your right fit clients for your offers. Because obviously not everyone's going to be a right fit for every offer, and so this piece is super important. So you can create offers, and then in your messaging you want to make sure that you're talking to the people who are going to be like, yes, that's me, you can help me. So this is the approach I take for any offer, really. So let's say you've got a new offer that you want to launch. You need to test your idea and you want to validate it with paying clients. And so the easiest way to do this is to drill down to one segment of your audience and or a specific problem. So even if you're like, my offer can serve lots of people, it's kind of broad audience, broad number of problems, start with one in your messaging. So that allows you to be really specific, speak to the people who, directly to the people that you want to help. And then over time you can layer new audiences on and things like that. Same idea as if you've got an offer that hasn't been converting as well as you want. We can start testing messaging ideas with different segments of your audience. And then once you get that dialed in, it gets easier and easier to call in more people. So just to reiterate, even if you can serve a number of audience segments or you can solve a number of problems with one offer, test what works with your messaging, speak to a certain audience segment, get them to pay you and then deliver it. And then what this means is that this niching down on your messaging, the first launch for something, you'll be more successful. And this is also a way to help you test messaging for an existing offer that maybe hasn't been converting the way that you wanted it to. Then once you've delivered it, once you've kind of validated with some messaging, then you can be like, okay, do I want to target other people? Let me try some other angles, some other ways of talking about this. Or you might decide, you know what, this has worked really well. The deliveries work really well. This offer is going to be for these people. So again, with everything that I kind of teach and the way that I do things, it's not about trying to shove you or your audience or your offers into a box. And it's not about guessing. It's about testing ideas, seeing what works, seeing how it feels on the delivery as much as the selling, because you need both. And then moving forward based on insights, data, and experiences. Okay, so let's talk about offers. So you've got an offer, at the moment it doesn't matter which one. People who are going to be a good fit to work with you for your offer are going on a journey. So they're going to start at what we call point A. You're going to take them on a journey and they're going to have some touch points on that journey. So when you're mapping out your offer, you need to make some decisions about what it is that you're going to do with them. What is your sort of A, B, C point for them? And then they get to point B, which is where they're like, yay, I'm happy, I've had the transformation. And so this idea of point A is really, really important, because if you're not clear on what the people who are a good fit for your offer, what they need to bring to the table, then you're going to struggle to maybe get the results that you want for those people. So you need to kind of think about it, that it's not just about them making a decision to work with you. You're also making a decision about whether you want to work with them. And that's a really empowering way to think about it. And also, if somebody's not a good fit for a particular offer because they don't meet the criteria over here, that's okay. It might be that they're just not a right fit for you, full stop. Or it might be that you've got a different offer that they are a good fit for. And so again, this is a way that you can authentically to meet people where they're at and genuinely create offers and ways of working with you that truly is about helping them, and not just selling to everyone just because you can, but making sure that you understand who's a right fit for which of your offers. So when you're thinking about your right fit client point A characteristics, it's a bit of a mouthful. So based on the steps they need to take to go through your method, so based on like they've got to do step A, step B, step C, what do they need to have in place already? So where are they at right now so that they can just jump straight into working with you without any other kind of stuff getting in the way? What do they need to believe about this journey? What do they need to believe about themselves? And what do they need to believe about you? And then what actions do they need to take? So they need to do stuff along this sort of journey to get to this point B transformation. So you need to be clear on what those actions are and make sure that they understand what they are and that they are going to be willing to do that work. So this, when we get to the messaging piece, comes back to the idea that I keep saying that the how is super important, because if somebody is like, yes, I want to get to point B, but I don't want to take this journey, then it's just not going to work. And so if they don't understand what's required of them, then they're not making an empowered decision to sign up. Okay, so if we go back to one of our examples, so the mindset coach with RTT hypnotherapy and coaching, these are the people that they can help with this particular offer that we've come up with called Scale Past Blocks Membership. And here's some of the problems that we're solving inside the membership. Okay, so we've got their point A. The journey is your method. So in this case, it's RTT, hypnotherapy and coaching. And then they need to have hypnotherapy sessions. They need to go have coaching sessions with you to discuss what's coming up through the process of working with you. And maybe you've got some exercises in between the sessions to help them embed these changes. So these are the kind of 3 pillars of your offer, or of working with you, I should say, of your method. And if they follow this method and go on the journey with you, here's where they'll end up. So we'll be reducing their anxiety. We'll get a better work-life balance. They'll make more money in their business. And essentially these, if we go back to here, is kind of the main outcomes that they're looking for. Okay, so now we're kind of working backwards a little bit. So somebody might be like, yes, I want all these things. I want to not feel anxious. I want a better work-life balance. I want to make more money in my business. So for them to get to that point, working with you or this coach through this method, what do they need to bring to the table? So obviously they have to be willing to use hypnotherapy. So this is why your how in your marketing is important, because if somebody signs up and then they're like, oh, I don't want to do hypnotherapy, then it's complete mismatch. And, you're not going to get them the results. They're not going to want to do the work with you the way that you do it. They need to be open to being honest and vulnerable. So these coaching sessions and, doing the exercises. So if they're not at a point where they're ready to do this work, then they're not going to get the results. And for this particular offer, they're not looking for business advice. So I know this is where a lot of sort of life coaches, mindset coaches get a bit tripped up, particularly if they want to work with professionals, i.e. like entrepreneurs or women, in business or whatever, in corporate, that they think to get this result, let's say, to make more money in their business, that somehow it's their responsibility to share some business advice or have business strategy. So to avoid that problem, you need to make sure that the person who's a good fit for your offer, they're not looking for business advice. They've got the strategy. They know what they need to do. They've got some mindset issues getting in the way of them taking the actions, and that is what you help with. So getting clear on all this in your for yourself, and then in your messaging and your marketing and in your content is going to make sure that you're signing up people who are a good fit for working with you, which means they will do what they need to do, which means they will get the results that you're talking about in your marketing. Okay, so your action item is to think about, what do your right fit clients need to have in place for the offer that you're currently working on? So in your worksheet here, finding right fit clients, list the steps that your clients need to go through to get a result by working with you. So, what is it that you're going to get them to do? And what do they need to show up and do? And then, based on the steps they need to take to go through your method, let me just move this up, sorry. What actions, answer these questions and anything else that comes up for you as you're kind of thinking this stuff through. because honestly, this clarity is going to give you, this clarity is really going to help with your messaging and also with making sure that you're feeling confident to promote, to sell, and to deliver your offer.